Hello Virgo, and welcome back to my channel. To any Virgos who have been here before, to you Virgos who haven't been here before and this is your first time, hello, welcome. My name is Colette, my channel is Inspiring Life Changes, and I'm here today to do a reading for Virgos who are Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Virgos. And if you don't know where those placements are, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check them out. This is a love reading for Virgos. I have just done the general read for Virgos, which I will be uploading before I upload this one. So if you haven't already checked out that reading, you may want to go and check that reading out as well. Also, you may want to check out your moon, your rising or your Venus, because this is a love reading. You may be interested in finding out where your Venus sign is and checking out the read that relates to for your own sign as well. Also, Venus has just not turned direct, she has just come out of her shadow, sorry. It's been a long backwards and forwards, or forwards, backwards, forwards kind of time, but Venus is now out of her shadow. She is still in the sign of Gemini though, and won't be leaving Gemini until later in August. So still within the sign of Gemini at this time. So still processing, going through the sign of Gemini. For me, it's all about the earlier relationships that we build up from from school days, like early school days up to teens, later teen years. When we first kind of step outside of the family unit and start making friends and having relationships, friendships, relationships, one-to-one relationships with people other than those that we have kind of grown up and known around us as well. So it can be a minefield experience, and we can also take those experiences with us into our kind of future relationships as well. So for me, that's what this whole Venus retrograde backwards and forwards has been about over that particular point in the sky, from 20 degrees 50 all the way back to 0, 5. So Venus is now past the 2050 mark and moving forward towards the sign of Cancer, of course. So this reading is going to be for Virgo, but I will also be doing cards for the cross watcher as well. So you cross watchers, you may want to check out your own natal chart as well, see where your Venus sign is too. You may want to also be aware, that the cards can be swapped over. So although I'm going to use this deck to start with for Virgo energy, you may feel as though this is making more sense to you and your story, and if that is the case, then just swap the cards over. However it resonates with you is how it should be. So I'm going to start off with this card. I separate all the cup cards from one deck of cards when it comes to the love readings to give me a kind of overall feel of what's happening for you at this time. Virgo, do I keep calling you Leo? I really hope I haven't been calling you Leo, because if I have, I will apologise, because it is a Virgo read, not a Leo read. It's not the first time I've done this. So the Four of Cups is the energy here for you Virgos. And it's saying to me today that there is this situation around you here where something has kind of upset the apple cart, shall we say. Something has happened where everything seemed to be kind of rosy in the garden and going okay, going along fine. Now there are questions, there are problems, there is a situation where somebody has kind of, or both have taken a back step here. Time out, thinking about it, contemplating. 4's always a challenging number. I always see the number 4 as a challenge. It's a square number. So it's that kind of point in the relationship of where things start to get a little bit rockier, and it's, do I want to continue with this, or do I want to cut my losses now? It's usually a period of time when we first kind of start seeing the flaws in the other person as well. Not necessarily always at that time. This can be like a longer relationship, but it's kind of saying to me that something has happened here that has upset the original kind of balance and harmony that was here. I also get the sense of kind of a mirroring energy here as well, literally, because I'm seeing these birds here. These three birds are kind of representing these three cups down here for me as well. So this could be a situation where you're both feeling like this at this time, Virgo. This cup here, this big Ace of Cups in the sky, so to speak, is kind of being offered as a, maybe as a peace offering. Maybe somebody's offering it as a peace offering. The other person doesn't know whether to take it. There is a kind of feeling of a sense of like, I don't know if I can continue with this. That's a big cup kind of thing, you know, it's a big responsibility, I feel as well. Somebody's maybe thinking there's a lot of responsibility involved with this cup. He is aware of it, his eyes are open, and he is looking at it. He can see it being handed to him. But there's a lot of hesitation. There's a lot of kind of feeling of I don't know. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I can. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. But it is a potential. It's kind of saying that there is still potential here. All these three cups are still standing. So nothing has actually been destroyed or completely devastated in this particular card. And the fourth cup is being offered to kind of join these three, to build on something. So this could also be a situation of somebody being offered something new, or this could be to do with rekindling something here, bringing something back into life, back into creation, back into harmony, back into balance is what I'm picking up here. And also at the bottom of these cards we have this 9 of Cups here, which is a wish fulfillment. So for somebody it is a wish fulfillment here. Somebody is hoping that somebody is going to pick up that cup. Maybe you're both hoping somebody is going to pick up the cup and that it's going to become both of your destiny wish fulfillment here. But I do see this cup here as being this cup that, the cup that he is raising in his hand there. It's like the initial, the first, the Ace of Cups, the first cup that comes in. Interestingly, there's mice in both of these pictures, both these cards as well, so I can't see it very clearly with my glasses. And a mouse kind of represents to me kind of eating away at something, gnawing away at something. So it could be that something is gnawing away at you both, or maybe one of you. And there is mice in this picture as well, but in this picture there's 2 mice and they're kind of above everything else, so they're not really directly, whereas this one is kind of right next to this cup and it's kind of, to me, kind of gnawing away. So there could be gnawing doubts here as well. Somebody could be having second thoughts about whether they should take this cup up and what will happen if they do pick this cup up. Of course, you will never know unless you actually do it, Virgo or cross-watcher. So let's see, 3 cards at the top, 3 cards in the middle and 3 cards at the bottom are going to represent your past, your present and your future, because your past becomes your present, which then leads into your future energy. So let's see what else we have here for Virgo. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. And I don't know if I did say, but if you are a cusp Virgo, you are going to be on the end of the Leo energy. 0 degrees coming out of Leo, moving into Virgo, and the other end of Virgo, you are going to be at the 29 degrees mark, moving into the energy of Libra, which I will be putting up later as well. So you may also, if you are cusp energy, want to check out those readings as well. The Leo reading is already up, both for the general and the love reading. We have a flyer, come back flyer. Okay, so past energy, 8 of Wands or Staves, the Tower energy, which in this deck is called Oppression, and the Queen of Cups. So something happened, Virgo, and I feel with this energy here, this this 8 of Wands energy, that conversation, communication was had here, and it brought in this Tower energy here. It brought in this moment of kind of bringing everything down, everything coming down, the structure of your life kind of falling around you, your safety, maybe your security, this feeling of things no longer being as you knew them or understood them to be. But I feel as though it has been positive because all of these cards are upright here. So it feels as though maybe there was this conversation, maybe you already kind of had some idea of what was coming, because this Tower energy isn't like, it wasn't a complete shock, but it has brought on an emotional, like Queen of Cups energy here. It has kind of brought up a lot of emotion here, a lot of sensitivity, a lot of reflection, a lot of going into the depths of your own understanding here, your intuition, your instinct, a kind of softer side possibly of your own nature here as well, Virgo. I would say that there has been, or there is still, a lot of love in this situation. And it may be that that's what this conversation and this tower energy did. Because we have this cup here as well. We have this cup here that she's holding in her hand here as well. So I feel as though there has been, as I was saying, there was this situation, something like the honeymoon period, or the kind of sense of security and safety has kind of been rocked completely rocked with this tower energy here. Something happened. And this is the past energy here, Virgo. But it has kind of brought out a more sensitive side of your nature here as well. Queen of Cups relating to the water signs. So this is going to be Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces energy, all very sensitive energies, all very intuitive, instinctual, like I was saying. This tower may have made you kind of really go into depths that you previously hadn't really gone to. Maybe up to then it had been very much surface kind of communication, or layers, or kind of something that you were familiar with. A relationship, a marriage, a kind of sense of yeah, I kind of sense there's also, because I can see here as well behind these staves, behind these, or these staves, wands, whatever you prefer to call them, rods, there's this for me that looks today like a lightning flash, like something came in, something that which often is associated with tower energy as well, kind of structure of our life being hit by this tower. But as I always say, when it comes to tower energy, it's like something that we need to bring into our lives in order for our growth in many ways. It's like the structure that we build up around ourselves kind of limits us. We get to a point where things are limiting us. We are restricted by it. We restrict ourselves by our beliefs, our understanding of things. We get so rigid in our mindsets that somehow something has to happen, and it always comes from an outside source, and it kind of sweeps everything away in many ways. It can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be a mental, it can even be an absolute kind of breakdown in order to break through something as well. But at the same time, what it does is it kind of evolves us. It kind of puts us into a new place of being, and where we're no longer kind of bound by the same rules and the same way of seeing things. It's like a real awakening energy in many ways. The lightning strike, very Uranian energy, sudden, unexpected kind of bolt out of the blue. So that was your past. So let's move on to your present, and we have the King of Pentacles here in reverse. So this King, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy, your own energy, very earthy energy here, but is in reverse. So it's saying to me that this King is, when he's upright, he's very giving, he's very nurturing, he wants to share what he has the ability to make this pentacle grow, really. It's kind of saying, you know, he can invest, he's an entrepreneur in some ways, he's very kind of good with money, financially, but when it's upside down, it's kind of saying to me that here, it's like this person's pulled in all their energy. They've kind of pulled everything back. They're kind of, I get the sense of kind of sitting on their own throne, and it's kind of like what's mine is mine type of energy. Sense of I'm not prepared to, I'm not willing to share or to grow anything with you anymore when the king is in reverse. Doesn't have to be a king energy, it doesn't have to be a man, it can be a female who has this kind of energy about them as well. Somebody who's very good with money, somebody who's very good at making ends meet, or very astute when it comes to business. But I feel at this time this person is kind of sitting on their throne, and they're kind of like, they're kind of looking at what is theirs. What is mine is kind of what I'm getting in my head. What is mine? Out of all of this, what is mine? And it could be also that this Tower moment here has completely kind of rocked this person's world, like I was saying, because the King of Pentacles needs to be grounded in order to feel rooted, in order to be able to function. They need to feel as though their feet are on the floor. They need to have a sense of safety, security, and also a sense of being able to trust that that things aren't going to change. Very traditional energy. The King of Pentacles. They like things to be the same. But with this Tower energy here, I feel as though it's kind of blown all of that away. And they're kind of... I feel that's also maybe why they're holding on to what they've got, and why they're kind of very much... It's their security. They're holding on to what they have for their security. There's a sense of real insecurity here, Virgo. And this could be yourself here. This could be somebody around you, but I feel as though this is quite likely going to be your energy here. At the very centre, at the very heart of this reading, we have the Judgment card. And for me, the kind of centre of the reading, the heart of the reading, is where all the rest of the energy kind of emanates out from this point and in. As it goes out, it also goes in, and vice versa. So it's kind of saying to me that with this Tower energy above it as well, and this Judgment energy below, that this was in a way kind of destined to happen. So this is a bigger, something bigger here is at work. A bigger energy, something beyond the kind of physical, mundane world here. With the Judgment card and the story behind it being Arthur and Guinevere, there's a need here to also forgive, which I feel this King of Pentacles is not in that space at all at this time. This forgiving energy. Because we also have the Juno card here. The card of Juno is also known as the Hierophant. It's tradition, it's family, it's marriage, it's in reverse. So I feel for most of you here, this is to do with a marriage. This is to do with somebody. This is something very traditional, something that where you had exchanged vows, But now you're you've outgrown, I feel. It's like something has outgrown this energy. And you're being asked to kind of move beyond it. And you're also being asked to maybe see that this is not about the person or about you so much as it is about a bigger vision, a bigger picture. Your life having to kind of move on. Because when the Hierophant is in reverse as well, it is kind of saying to me that there is this situation where tradition is kind of no longer holding place. So some of you could also be looking to divorce here as well. We have in your near future the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And I feel as though there's a lot of if you look here, there's the eternity symbol as well that's in between these pentacles. The symbol of the 8, when it's kind of on its side, represents the eternity symbol. The fact that everything is constantly in flow and everything is constantly changing. And here, for me, it's kind of representing the past and the future energy here. But because it's in reverse, it's everything is in flux. Nothing is actually defined here. That nothing has been decided. Everything is still kind of up in the air. And we also have the energy of the Empress in reverse as well. And the Magician is in reverse at the very end here. So the Two of Pentacles, the Empress and the Magician all in reverse. With this King of Pentacles energy here, it's saying to me that somebody is feeling incredibly off balance, really off balance. And the fact that everything is in flux, I don't think is helping here either. This person is there, it's like their world is literally been turned upside down here. Fertility, abundance, the Empress card. This can also represent it can represent the energy of somebody who to you was your perfect person. Like they kind of ticked all your boxes. They gave you everything that you thought you would ever need in that sense, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Like connected with this person on all levels, and they kind of fed you. But when it's in reverse, it's saying to me that it kind of stagnated. There was a lack of growth here. Something stopped growing. And with the Magician coming out in reverse as well, it's definitely saying to me that there is there's a kind of lack energy here. Magician's about manifesting something new into your life, Virgo. But when you're manifesting from the reverse energy, you are manifesting what you don't want rather than what you do want. So somebody's very confused here, I feel, as well. Somebody doesn't know whether they want to continue this or whether they want to kind of just let it slide, I feel, somehow. But it does have potential. It does have potential. It has potential here to be, or maybe it itself doesn't have potential, but maybe the situation, as in you walking away from each other even, could bring in a wish fulfillment, in the sense of going down a different path rather than trying to bring something back together which isn't meant to be, which could also be this energy here, that you're trying to manifest something that is no longer meant to be. You have here, and I'm just going to point it out, you have the Tower, you have the Judgment, you have Juno, you have the Empress, and you have the Magician. You have all of these major arcana cards here. So this is saying to me that this is a big experience that's happening in your life at this time, Virgo. This is a big, major, life-changing event here. This isn't something that you're just going to kind of walk away from and get over in that sense. This is something that is going to have far-reaching, long-lasting effect. But if it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. And in the story of this Arthurian legend here as well, Arthur and Guinevere ended up going their separate ways. After Guinevere had gone off with Arthur's best friend Lancelot. So there could be a situation here of a third party as well. And maybe there's also the question of, can it be forgiven? Should it be forgiven? Or is it time to walk away? Can you bring life back to something? The Judgment card can also be about bringing life back to something, resurrecting something. If I look at these cards this way as well, I see the Tower, the Judgment, and and the Empress, or the fertility energy at the bottom as well in reverse. So it's also kind of saying to me that if something isn't going to grow, if there isn't any life force left in something, which is kind of what this Empress energy is saying to me today, that there is no life force left, then you can't make it happen. It's kind of like, you know, this Magician card here is kind of saying to me, you know, you can't manifest something that's not meant to manifest anymore. painful as it may be, and as difficult as it may be to give up on something or let something go, sometimes we don't have any choice. So let's see what this person that you have an energetic connection with here, Virgo, is feeling as well. What's going on in their past, their present energy, and their future yet to be. One more card. One more card for the person that Virgo has a energetic connection with, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Person that Virgo still has a connection with here. One more card, please. What is their outcome? Okay, so we start off here with the Queen of Air over the top of the Eight of Wands here. So this was the communication. This was something that came from this person, this Queen of Air energy. Again, it's the energy of Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And I feel as though it was very kind of direct energy. It was very kind of, I wouldn't say abrupt as such, but it was very matter of fact the way it came across. It was very kind of like, this is how it is. This person has kind of brought in this this truth, I feel. They brought in a truth, and it was something that couldn't be ignored. And over the top of the Tower we have the Queen of Earth, which is interesting because there's very strong, determined energy within this card here. Earth energy, again, as you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But for me, I get the feeling that you've got two queens here. Two queens have come out for this person. It's kind of, this person was very determined here, I feel. Very determined. And I feel as though it's kind of saying they were determined to live like the truth, to tell the truth, even though that truth may have brought in a lot of change or trouble or collapsing of your world, Virgo. Again, this could also be the cross watchers energy. It could even be both of you as well, because I do feel there is this kind of mirroring, as I was saying earlier, somehow with these birds here mirroring these cups down here, if you can see that, this kind of fourth cup, these three, and that's the fourth cup, and there's these three, and that's the fourth cup again. So yeah, they were very determined, very strong-willed in this. A sense of it had to be said, whatever was said had to be said, regardless of the outcome or the consequences. It needed to be put out there. And we have the Queen of Cups covered by the Hermit energy here as well. So it brought up a lot of emotion with this Queen of Cups energy. For yourself, I feel, Virgo. Again, it could be cross-watcher, but I feel as though it's more your energy. And it put this person in a kind of hermit type place as well, where I feel they kind of shut out the outside world in a way. They didn't want to necessarily talk about it to other people outside. Like it was something that was just kept between the two of you maybe for a while. This was very personal. And it kind of unlocked something for this person as well. It kind of unlocked something that maybe they'd been kept in for some time. I feel it's kind of like something that's been they kept behind a closed door, like they were kind of, there's a little face poking out here, and that for me is kind of representing this person who had kept this quiet. They'd kept it under, like behind themselves in a way, if you know what I mean. Like the door is kind of representing the energy of keeping whatever it was that they said locked behind that door. And when they said it, it kind of opened something here for them. We also have, over the top of this King of Pentacles energy, the Five of Air here. They have the Five of Air. So again, there's this sense of imbalance. Their world has also been turned upside down, and they may well feel as though they are walking this kind of tightrope here. They also don't know what's coming next. They don't know what the next challenge is going to be. Five of Air, Swords energy. It can be to do with self-sabotage as well. So they may also feel as though what happened kind of sabotaged everything that the two of you had here. Hermit can also be seen as Virgo energy as well. So you yourself, Virgo, may well have retreated. Retreated behind this kind of energy of not giving too much away, not kind of yeah, kind of becoming more a shadow, like a shadow of yourself here even, Virgo. And it's left this person feeling like they, you know, they're kind of walking on this tightrope. They're kind of walking around on tiptoes and not really knowing what's going to come next. like I said, also self-sabotage, also maybe feeling guilty for what they revealed to you and how it kind of brought in this Tower energy. At the very center for them, they have the World over the top of your Judgment here, so it has completely changed things. Everything has shifted. An ending of a cycle in order to start something new here. I mean, I feel that this is also, if you see these keys here, and there's this lock here. So it's like this person had to do this, I feel, somehow, Virgo. Maybe this also released something within yourself as well here, Virgo. Maybe you also feel as though you had been kind of living maybe a half life, like something that wasn't completely true anymore, but you kind of got used to it, that sense of tradition. But I feel as though this key kind of fits into this lock here. And it's like a releasing energy somehow, like releasing a pair of you in order for you to go and start a new cycle. A new cycle in your life. New energy. We have the Nine of Air over the top of the Two of Pentacles here. Again, I feel this sense of things being in flux and out of balance, and if it was up the right way, I would say that it's a sense of kind of trying to find balance here with all these kind of birds flying around here. Again, similar to this energy here, both in reverse. A real similar kind of look about both these cards as well. Somebody's really kind of trying to stay on point, trying to stay balanced, trying to kind of, because it's swords as well, it's to do with the mind, it's to do with the intellect. So this person's really trying to stay focused, I feel, really trying to kind of see the good that can come from this. The releasing energy over the top of the Two of Pentacles here, the past and the future. I just feel that there is this sense here again of this past, this future. Nothing is settled yet. Nothing has been actually kind of set in stone or decided as such. It's like everything is in flux. And over the top of this Judgment card, as I was saying earlier, it could also be to do with you kind of coming into alignment again together and restarting something together, coming back together to start a new cycle together. Of letting go, forgiving. Sorry, I've missed out a card here. I don't know why I leapt ahead there. So coming back to the recent, or to the present, sorry, the energy that you're in here with this tradition, this Hierophant energy, they have the Five of Water, which is interesting because having just done your general read, this was the card at the very heart of your general read. And that was an interesting read all about your heart healing, Virgo. So you may want to go and check out that general read because there is quite a lot to do with a healing heart, the story behind that as well. So you may want to go and, like I say, check that out for yourselves. But this person over the top of this tradition, I feel as though this is something that they're another 5 as well. So again, it's to do with challenge in the sense of adversity, difficulties, trying to make sense of something, but it's emotional. It's being kind of dragged down into these emotions. It's a despairing energy. It's an energy of not knowing what's coming next. Again, this heart shape here for me is always important, because I feel as though it's that kind of drags down the actual individual here. It's like you can't see much of this person themselves. It's kind of like they're being sucked into something, dragged down into something, forced to kind of deal with something, look at something. They may not want to because they're kind of turning away from it, but there's a sense that they have to on some level. Come to terms with something here. Come to terms with the fact that maybe this marriage, which I feel it has been about, this marriage or this kind of long-term relationship, which was very traditional, even if it wasn't about a marriage as such, it was traditional in the sense that it was I feel it was a long-term relationship, like it was two people in a long-term relationship. You have peacocks down here as well. Peacocks can kind of represent a energy of being like wanting to be seen. Maybe that was something that happened within the relationship as well. Maybe somebody felt as though they weren't being seen anymore, that they were kind of just blending in here, that it had just become very traditional, very stable, very kind of like lacking, possibly lacking passion, lacking romance. So the energy that you are moving into, this Two of Pentacles and Nine of Air, as I was saying, this is very much the flux energy of things not being settled. But the Ace of Air energy over the top of this Empress is saying that there is a kind of truth. There's a new energy coming in here. There's a new idea. There's a new, somebody being fired up, or not necessarily fired up as such, but being kind of inspired. Somebody's being honest with themselves. There's an honesty here, which I feel there wasn't so much of before, maybe, when there was this, maybe even a secret here that was being kept, or a sense of something that was kind of like it was like a heaviness about it. There was something that was emotionally draining maybe as well. But the Ten of Earth as the last card that you have here over the top of this Magician is saying to me that this is a completion, and I do feel that it is about family. Ten of Earth represents the kind of final, how can I put it? It's the success and the achievement of everything that you've wanted on a physical earth plane. It talks of achievement when it comes to home, family, work, status even. It's success. It's success. But I do feel as though in this card there is this sense of success, but at what price? She always looks to me as though she's kind of very despondent and very kind of like, well, I've got it all. I've you know, I've achieved it. I've got all my treasure. I've got my wealth. But there's something missing. There is something missing. I always feel as though there's something missing in this card. Like she wants more. And that, Virgo, is what I feel is this Magician is saying, is that this person is wanting more, and not necessarily from this energy here, from this relationship anymore. This person is wanting to there's a sense of wanting to balance things out, a sense of fairness here, a sense of like whatever the pair of you have worked for, there's a sense of it now being kind of divided in order to move forward. A sense of things kind of being, yeah, separated. That's far too many cards there, thank you very much. A sense of separation in this Ten of Earth energy, this completion, this having reached a point of kind of, it can't go any further. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Animal Spirit Oracle and see what they have to say for you here, Virgo. But there is an ending of this cycle as well, with this World card at the very centre, I feel as well. That it is time to kind of move on. And I feel, Virgo, that this may well come from the other person rather than it's going to come from you. That the other person, whoever this other person is, the cross-watcher maybe, the person that you have an energetic connection with, I feel is going to be the one that's going to say, we need to move this forward. We need to go our separate ways here. We need to start a new cycle, but it's not going to be together, I don't feel. Okay, you've got 4 cards come out here for you. We have the Buffalo Spirit, which is saying that the abundant universe will provide, and the Fox Spirit, which is saying think on your feet. I'm going to read these two for you first. The Buffalo Spirit for me is this card when this is upright. So when things are balanced and you are feeling in alignment, this is the Buffalo Spirit energy. The abundant universe will provide. And it's also this energy here as well. It's telling you that at this time, it's not what you should be putting your energy into. With the Fox Spirit saying, think on your feet as well. So the Fox is kind of saying that there's a need to be able to I feel it relates to this Two of Pentacles energy somehow as well. It's kind of energy that's in flux here, that you may have to make some decisions quite quickly here. Or this other person's going to make some decisions quite quickly, and you're going to have to be open to them and able to kind of react or respond to them. And then we have the Koala Spirit, which is saying Spirit has a plan. Beautiful card. Looks like a teacher, like a guru. Meditative koala. Spirit has a plan, and I feel that that's what this card here is saying as well, that, you know, everything's coming into alignment here. This is about a kind of end of a cycle in order for something new to come in and create something here, and not to put your energy back into it. And the Nightingale Spirit is saying love is all around. So I also feel as though it's kind of saying that you are surrounded by love here. Nightingale, of course, sings its song. Very rare. Rare bird. I think it's kind of saying, you know, be aware of the abundance and the fact that, you know, love is all around you, and that spirit or source energy or universe or God or whatever you want to call it is not going to abandon you. You're not going to be abandoned. As much as you might think you are, I feel, with this kind of King of Pentacles in reverse and this Two of Pentacles here. I think this is the kind of message here, is you're not going to be abandoned, Virgo. But things are coming to an end, I feel. So Virgo, that is the message that I have for you today. I do hope it has been of some help to you. If it has, please could you thumbs it up, like it for me, in order to get it out into the bigger YouTube world of video watching. The algorithms can pick it up, and then it gets kind of put out onto the bigger YouTube stage for more people to see it. Hopefully come back to my channel and hopefully subscribe to it. Thank you very much to those of you who have liked and thumbs up my videos. I really do appreciate it. And also for those of you who have subscribed to my channel, really do appreciate that as well. Those of you who've been with me all this time, helping me to grow my channel, I really, really, really do appreciate you being here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and help me to grow my channel, get my messages out there, which is what I'm really trying to do at this time. And also to tap that bell if you want to see the videos, the future videos that I will be putting out as and when. Also, YouTube has a habit of unsubscribing people as well, so you may also want to just check if you've come back to my channel thinking that you are subscribed and you find out that you're not subscribed. Could you please resubscribe as well, because like I say, YouTube does tend to unsubscribe people. It's all part of the algorithms. So once again, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening and watching, Virgo. Please take very, very good care of yourselves and good care of those around you who you can. Also, before I forget, share my videos if you feel like doing so, and maybe also leave me a comment, because it is really nice to get some feedback on how my videos resonate or don't resonate. However you feel, it's just really nice to kind of get some feedback. So again, take good care of yourselves, and hopefully I will see you again sometime soon.